On today's episode of Repairing Old Homes, I'm going to talk a little bit about installing doors in older homes. If you've ever installed a door in a newer home, it's a pretty straightforward affair, but there are some specific issues that you have to check out if you're doing a door in an older home. Now, there were a number of problems with this door which I've repaired for the most part, so I'll catch you up. The first thing you need to do is size the door. This is not that big an opening, so I don't want to have to frame the door down at all. So I want a door that's a little bit larger than the opening, or if it happens to fit about exactly, that's good. I generally want the door to be a half an inch narrower than the distance between the door jambs. And sometimes in the older homes, the doors are framed differently than in newer ones. But this would be the jamb right here, and it would go to this edge. I did not install this door, I only repaired it. So this door was trimmed to fit, and it was the right size. It was probably about an inch wider than the doorway. Now, before you get started, the first thing you want to do, and this is particularly for contractors who mostly deal with new construction, you want to measure every side of the door. You want to measure the height on the right, the height on the left, the width at the top, the width at the bottom. Now I know that the person that installed this door did not do that, and here's why. Look at the top. This is about right. This is a nice fit here, about 1/4 of an inch, and then as you come along, it gets wider and wider and wider. This is the same. So the person that installed this door took this measurement height, took the door, cut it, put it up, and then found that the framing was not straight. This is extremely common in old houses, and it is one of the most common mistakes that I see. You must measure all 4 sides of the door. For this door, I cut it at a slight angle so that it fit into this space. If the space gets too crazy, you have the option of framing down a little bit and making a square opening. But it's generally easier just to measure 4 sides and cut the door to fit. The next thing that happens is at the bottom. This isn't so much of a problem here, but the floor can be uneven. So you cut it and it fits good in place, and then as the door opens, it knocks against the floor because the floor is sloped. Usually I get the door up, put a few screws in to hold the hinges in place, and then start to open it to get an idea of what I might need there. But you also have to be careful because the bottom can be like the top, it can be uneven. So the first thing to check out when you are installing a door in an old home is to measure all 4 sides. All right, I'll be back in a little while and talk about some other issues that come up.